Ever since I started making videos on the internet, I've always obsessed about having a desk setup that is aesthetically pleasing whilst being functional, cohesive and fluid with the rest of my home office. And with the different iterations it's gone through, a myriad of desk accessories have been in its rotation, all of which are worth checking out. Buckle up and let's go for the ride. Getting into it, by far the most unique of these accessories is my Steampunk keyboard and mouse combo, and judging from the comments they've been getting, it's not hard to tell why they garner so much attention. Enclosed in a walnut stained wood chassis, this mechanical keyboard showcases the reimagination of modern tech infused in the retro style of the 19th century, and tell you what, by far my favorite in my current rotation of keyboards. Starting from the top moving down, a melange of little knickknacks complement the rounded keycaps that have a brass outer ring and a slight divot to them, which allows my fingers to fit in perfectly when typing, and I'm loving the patina they've started developing. Speaking of which, typing my scripts and Google and YouTube searches has been an absolute joy, thanks to the clicky switches it comes with. The key travel is so satisfying, and even without bottoming them out, they actuate in milliseconds to register the key press. As for the accessories, it's got additional accessories in the form of this riveted cylinder, which I use to store pens and pencils. In the middle, there's this crank that I use to turn on the dimmable light, then this clock to the right, which adds an additional timepiece with a bit of that retro element, and just like the keycaps, it's developing a really good patina. Being a person who also loves design, I like the Victorian look it adds to my desk, and the brass embellishments together with the walnut perfectly tie in well with the theme of my desk and home office. To add some riz to the mix, it's also got my initials engraved on it, which not only adds a personal touch, but also emphasizes the uniqueness of this keyboard. Moving along, since no keyboard setup is complete without a wrist rest, this Steampunk keyboard comes with a custom made wrist rest made out of solid hardwood and is stained in walnut to match the theme of the setup. At the heart of it sits a foam padding upholstered with supple vegetable tan leather that's made into these triangular patterns to add a bit of visual interest. For those waiting for the sound test, this is what it sounds like. Moving along, the next unique accessory would have to be this Steampunk mouse to complete the keyboard trinity, and boy does it have unique written all over it. Just like the keyboard, it keeps raising eyebrows, and you the people of the internet can't have enough of it judging from the comments it keeps getting. Once again, just like my Steampunk keyboard, it's part of my current mouse rotation, and even though it's not the most ergonomic, this relic of a mouse does everything I need of it. Design-wise, its components mainly sit on a wooden chassis with a palm rest upholstered in vegetable tan leather. The right and left clickers are made out of aluminium rod, and the scroll wheel is carved out of bronze, which flows well with the gold on the screws. Besides its main function of cutting through workflows, I like how well it ties to my Steampunk keyboard and adds the much needed visual interest, which makes my desk setup a spectacle for the senses. Talking of spectacles, my current microphone, the Blue Baby Bottle SL, is exactly that. Not only is it visually appealing, but also one of the best when it comes to audio quality. And to put that into context, here's a comparison with the Blue Yeti that used to be my daily driver before. This is the audio from the Blue Yeti microphone, and this is the audio from the Blue Baby Bottle SL. Then this is the audio directly from my iPhone 15 Pro. What do you guys think? When it comes to its mechanics, it's a pressure gradient cardioid condenser mic that delivers classic sound and incredible versatility with a rich present mid-range, smooth top end and a neutral bottom, just as you've had in the comparison with the Blue Yeti. If you'd ask me, it's reminiscent of the world's finest vintage microphones, featuring a high pass-through filter and a 20 decibel pad that excels at adding a rich classic vibe to nearly any sound source, be it vocals, drums, electric guitar amps, and even difficult brass instruments like saxophones and horns. Now, having just talked about my microphone connecting to nearly any sound source, we might as well talk about the source connector for my accessories. Enter this KVM Switch from UGREEN. Now, since I wanted to use the same set of peripherals for both my mini PC and M1 Mac Mini, the one accessory that came into mind was a KVM Switch, and now with just the press of a button, I can toggle between Windows and Mac, all the while using the same set of peripherals. In terms of ports, it has 3 HDMI 2.1 ports, 4 USB-C ports of which one can be used for power delivery, then 3 USB-A 3.0 ports. When connected, they help me use my keyboard, mouse, speakers and storage drives between the two ecosystems, thus ensuring my workflow is seamless. For an in-depth look at it, make sure you sub to the channel as I've got a video on how to set up a hybrid desk setup coming in a few weeks. Moving along, next in line is the Govee Floor Plus, and this accessory has been a great addition not only for the depth it adds to the setup through its lighting, but also the overall ambience it creates depending on what I'm feeling. Now, you might think that's all, but compared to the competition in the market, it's a lot more cost effective, all the while offering good functionality. The thing I like about it the most is its app control, which allows me to control the brightness, turn it on and off, all with the press of just a single button. And where it really shines is when darkness falls, and as you can see in this video, it really brings the setup to life at night. Talking of bringing things to life, this Elgato Key Light does exactly that to my face when I'm in Zoom meetings. Then you add the beautiful backdrop of the back wall, I'm more than satisfied with what I get. I like how I can easily control it via the Elgato app, and whether I want warm or cool lighting, I've got it all just with the swipe of my mouse cursor. Speaking of the mouse cursor, every once in a while I try to move it but notice it's not budging, only to realize the mouse is out of juice. But the good thing is I've got this 100-watt UGREEN Charger, which not only comes in handy when juicing up my mouse, but also my other gadgets. It comes with 3 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port with USB port C1 and C2 delivering up to 45 watts of fast charging. Then when it gets too hot, the dynamic temperature sensors kick in together with an intelligent PMW chip that adjusts power outputs to safeguard your devices. So when you're charging 4 devices at a go, you won't have to worry about your charger overheating and blowing up. Speaking of charging, unless your device has MagSafe capabilities, you'll obviously need cables, and that's where MagTem cables come in. Unlike traditional cables that can easily cause a cable mess, MagTem cables magnetically attach to themselves to save you from the forest of cables, and also come in a variety of options. Whether you want USB-A to C to charge some of your accessories, C to Lightning for those with the iPhone 14 all the way to the 5, C to C for those with Android phones and the latest gen iPhone 15s, just to name but a few, and it doesn't stop there. With the C2C power delivery cable, you can get up to 240 watts of fast charging speeds, provided you've got an adapter that supports that capacity. And if you want to step it down a little bit, you've got the 60-watt option, which is still way faster than the standard cable. And the best part is they are quite durable and you can use them as a fidget toy as well. If you're keen to grab yourself one, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Moving along, in the event your UGREEN charger is filled up and you still need to charge your phone, AirPods and Apple Watch, this 3-in-1 charger comes to the rescue. Handmade from hardwood, walnut and aluminum, it screams nothing short of premium, and the bottom is lined with a non-slip silicone table mat to avoid slipping when using the charging stand. And considering the different use cases, the unique layout of the charging position of each device is designed to ensure that you have a frictionless charging experience. Moving along, amidst the grandeur and boldness of the tech, this little succulent sticks out of this levitating planter, and boy hasn't it been raising eyebrows. Many of my friends still can't have enough of it when they come into my office, and many of the netizens in the social media platforms keep asking about it. The planter originally came in white and I spray painted it black to match the ongoing theme, and I'm guessing most of you would be wondering, how does it stay afloat? Well, to put it simply, it uses magnetic levitation to stay elevated. How it works is it's got a magnet in the base and another one in the planter, which in turn work to create repulsion between the base and the planter, and ultimately this creates the effect of levitation. I like how its gentle infinite rotations evoke an ethereal calm to the space while working and inspire Edison-like creativity throughout the day, which sets quite a productive mood for me. Moving on, the next accessory is this vintage telephone, and it adds so much drama and character to the setup. Primarily made out of bronze and black undertones, it perfectly ties in well with my Steampunk keyboard, with the bronze and black undertones seamlessly integrating with the brass embellishments on my keyboard. If you've been a follower of the channel for a while now, you most likely have heard me say repetition creates rhythm on so many occasions, and this is another classic example. And while on the vintage train, this vintage radio jumps into the mix. Its retro design takes me back to the old times, but with a blend of modern technology infused in retro aesthetics. I've enjoyed the nostalgic feeling of the golden age in the 50s thanks to its retro design, as well as the infusion of modern tech through its 4.2 Bluetooth connectivity, which works exceptionally well. When not in use, it perfectly fits as a decor piece wherever you decide to place it. Something to note though, it doesn't pack that much bass, so for the bass lovers out there, just be wary of that. To cap off the unique and premium desk accessories is the Eames office chair, which most of you keep asking me about. For this particular one, you'll be getting all the adjustable options you need, so whether it's the height, leaning back or swiveling, you've got them all depending on what you feel like. As for ergonomics, the features I just mentioned play into that, and when you add how comfortable it is, you'd be impressed just like this subscriber. When it comes to aesthetics, although not the most important aspect when looking for an office chair, I like how this one perfectly blends with the theme of my setup, with the walnut and black on the chair being referenced across my desk and home office. Once again, the fresh repetition creates rhythm coming into play. Well, there you have it peeps. I hope this video gives you some ideas on how to design and deck out your setup. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Here's another video that you'll definitely enjoy. Till then, people of the internet, I'm signing out. See you on the next one.